Hello my Mercurial mercenaries. The topic of this video is I want to know what your 5 favourite song lyrics are. I want us to try and be short and snappy and not quote whole songs. However, for my first choice, I'm going to quote a reasonably lengthy section. Not sexually. This song is by Aha. It's called The Sun Always Shines on TV. It was written in the mid-80s, and the significance of this song is it was the song when I was a kid and I first heard it. It was the song that transformed me from just someone who danced in school discos to Ghostbusters and listened to a little bit of Michael Jackson without really knowing what I was doing. It was the song that I heard it, I saw the video, and I thought, music's really important. And it set me on the path to where I am now. It made me the man I am today. For better or for worse. And what's interesting is, I always thought of it as quite an upbeat, catchy pop song. But when you read the lyrics to the song, and I kind of basked in this song over the last couple of days, and I quickly threw together a cover version of it, which I probably already posted. But it's just enjoyable. It's a really great song, and there might be people out there who don't know it. But when it comes to the lyrics of the song, it's what I particularly like. Because the lyrics go, I reached inside myself and found nothing there to ease the pressure of my ever-worrying mind. I mean, holy shit, this is a pop song from the 80s with bouncy keyboards. I reached inside myself and found nothing there to ease the pressure of my ever-worrying mind. All my powers waste away. I fear the crazed and lonely looks the mirror's sending me these days. Now, this is a foreign band. Their first language probably wasn't English, which makes it all the better, all the more surprising that the lyrics are this good. I suppose you could probably say the same about any foreign band whose second language is English. There's been some great lyrics out there from people. It always makes me feel doesn't it make you feel a bit guilty if you're primarily an English speaker that you can't just fluently speak 20 different languages? We should have started when we were kids. Some of you maybe have. I shouldn't cast aspersions on all of us here. All my powers waste away. I fear the crazed and lonely looks the mirror's sending me these days. I just love, it's an upbeat song, but it's just the fact that it's complete and utter despair. It's complete and utter despair. I reached inside myself and found nothing there to ease the pressure of my ever-worrying mind. I've got this thing where I've got this like fear of time. I could almost not wear a watch because I hate the passing of time and knowing I'm getting closer to death. Isn't that horrible? All my powers waste away. I fear the crazed and lonely looks the mirror's sending me these days. Little did I know as a kid how much this song would hit me where it hurts. Please don't ask me to defend the shameful lowlands of the way I'm drifting gloomily through time. Do you see what I mean? Please don't ask me to defend the shameful lowlands of the way I'm drifting gloomily through time. Like I can't quite grasp what I'm here for when I'm just drifting through time. I reached inside myself today thinking there's got to be some way to keep my troubles distant. I just adore those lyrics. The way he sings them, you can't really... For me, it's a bit like the Manic Street Preachers, and you sometimes can't exactly hear what he's saying. So you can just drift through the song thinking, oh, this is quite sweet. It's bleak. It's bleak. Again, I like bleak. Nothing to do with rubbing my nose. I like bleak. Proper bleak. Next. My second choice. This is what I want you to do, but I want you to try and be concise because I've got to read all these comments, all right? Try and be concise. As you'll see, I'm going to get more and more concise, all right? Next. This is a song by Morrissey, the Smiths, rather. It's called Heaven Knows I'm Miserable Now. I've always adored this song, and people think Morrissey is so earnest and serious, but I think there's proper comedy in his lyrics. And this is one that really I just think this is I could have picked many a Bob Dylan song. There's so many. You just got to grab. You got to seize the moment. I ask you what your 5 favourite lyrics are. Yeah. We can all say, oh, it's low. It depends what time of day. No, just grasp, seize. I did it. I sat down here 20 minutes ago. Just grab it, seize it, pull it. Morrissey's Smiths, heaven knows I'm miserable now. I was looking for a job, and then I found a job. And heaven knows I'm miserable now. That's perfect. I could probably leave it there. I've just gone a little bit further because the next few lines are also just mwah. In my life, oh, why do I give valuable time to people who don't care if I live or die? Again, perfect, but I had to just go one step further on this particular song. What she asked of me at the end of the day, Caligula would have blushed. It's poetry. It's poetry. It's poetry. Morrissey, for all the good and the bad at the moment, if you read the press, and the guy's an idiot, but he is perhaps the greatest living lyricist. I'm putting him up there with Bob Dylan and Paul McCartney on a good day. Next, my third choice. Babies by Pulp. This is a song with a punchline. It builds and it builds and it builds. Jarvis Cocker writes from his own experiences, and this song has a story to it. He's hanging out with a girl when he's a kid. It's his friend. He goes round to her house, and he ends up spying on his friend's sister. And he ends up getting into the wardrobe and spying on her, making out with other boys. And he ends up shagging his friend's sister as his friend walks in. And I'm giving it all away here, but I understand you probably won't take the time to listen to it. So what the hell? I'll just tell you. And his friend walks in, and the punchline of the song is, I only went with her because she looks like you. And this is a song that hit me in the mid-90s. I was into bands like Iron Maiden and Aerosmith and Black Sabbath and metal bands and thrash bands and the Britpop movement. Bearing in mind, Pulp were around in the 70s. They keep getting lumped into the Britpop movement, and especially their album Different Class usually wins the award as the best Britpop album. But for me, Pulp were a little separated from that. But I heard Babies, and that's the moment I realised that there was more to me than just heavy metal. I say just, music's music. But I heard this song, and that punchline, I only went with her because she looks like you, my God. It just hit me. It just hit me. It's the greatest punchline. It's the greatest lyric. It's number 3. Number 4 in my list. No particular order to these, just picking 5. Don't have to put it in an order. Next. Yeah. It's The Who. Won't Get Fooled Again. There's a line in The Who's Won't Get Fooled Again where Roger Daltrey just screams, meet the new boss, same as the old boss. That's perfection. Just like Morrissey's I needed a job and I got a job and heaven knows I'm miserable now is perfect. This line, look at it. It's perfect. It's perfect. This sums up. For me, this sums up our existence in this world. Meet the new boss, same as the old boss. And finally, my 5th greatest song lyric of all time. Is it? There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold and she's buying a stairway to heaven. No. It's by MGMT and it's from the song She Works Out Too Much. I just love She works out too much. The only reason we never worked out was he didn't work out. She works out too much. The only reason we never worked out was he didn't work out enough. Comedy, plays on words throughout the song. She works out too much. The only reason we never worked out was he didn't work out. She works out too much. The only reason we never worked out was he didn't work out enough. Love it. That's still my Saturday song. There you go. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is my mercenaries. Try and keep it concise. Try and go for this kind of thing or this kind of thing rather than this kind of thing. However, if you need to do this kind of thing, I'm not going to stop you. I want to know what, and this is important. When you say, well, why is it important? We're trying to, it's community, and I enjoy reading the comments. And I think you enjoy reading the comments. Tell me what your 5 favourite song lyrics of all time are.